Hi, my name is Jessica Penne, and this is Angela Hill, and thank you for joining us. This is our first episode of Two Straws. Today we are going to be covering Invicta 28. The headline is Mizuki and Janjarova, and right now we're just going to get right into the weigh-ins. So there is a huge trend with Invicta about people missing weight, and I think we should do a little bet, a little poll about how many fighters are going to miss weight. And this is no disrespect, but this happens every single time, and I always make a bet.
Well, I think last time they were pretty good. It was only like three. Only like three people missed weight. So that's pretty good for an Invicta card. So I'm going to say around three. I think three is going to be the magic number this time. What do you think?
Well, after reviewing the fight card very closely, I'm going to say two because we have two repeat offenders. So I'm going to go with...
Who are they? Who are those fat offenders that we're talking about?
Well, let's see.
All right, so let's get into it.
This is the show weigh-ins. This is where you get to go and you get to show your personality.
Like a show horse. Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip. So we're going to get started with this weigh-in, this live ceremonial weigh-in. But first things first, we have a ring card boy on this card. A ring card boy. This...
You distinctly remember Invicta FC president Miss Shannon Knapp saying that they would never...
She said it in her best Dana White voice. No, fucking men will never hold ring cards in this fight. This is a sport. This is not a circus act. Like, Shannon Knapp stood there and told me that she would never do that. And look where we are now. So
we should never say never. Just like our president, Dana White.
Exactly.
Said that he would never have women in the UFC. Mm-hmm. Here we are.
Men's rights. So look at this guy. All right, obviously he was brought in as a ring card boy because he has girl's hair. Like, I mean, that's the thing that makes him stand out against all other ring card boys who are on the table for this.
Who were they?
I don't know.
I'd actually like to see that casting call, personally.
I can think of a few.
If we're picking from the UFC roster, I can think of a few.
Yeah. Well, it's nice that he got like a little 4-pack for this. He obviously cut weight for his ring card boy appearance.
He did. However, I would have liked to see a little bit more coifting with his mane.
Yes. It's looking a little fat.
He obviously has naturally wavy hair, and that can be a problem when you get down to the end. It can get quite Cocker Spaniel earish, and it's really important to texturize. I would have just put a little bit of product on a little
a little mousse. And yeah. I like how who's that, Natasha? Mm-hmm. I like how she's kind of holding his hand, guiding him to the correct spot. No, honey, you stand there. No, stand right there. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, look at Elias standing like, hello, I'm the king of Mormons, and these are my many wives. You know, he's just like...
He's obviously there recruiting for the next season of Sister Wives.
Hey, they are in Salt Lake City, right?
Smart.
We're on to you, man.
Two birds, one stone. Good job. Well played.
I am a little disappointed that he's not wearing spats, though. I mean, come on. You're a ring card boy. You gotta flaunt the stuff.
But you know what? He looks like he could be in a Salt and Peppa video. And I'm kind of digging it. A little bit more grease on the abs.
Or
and
he would have been full suave. Yes, like, Rico.
I mean, more power to him. I don't know many men that would have the balls to get up in there and work it with those beautiful ring ladies. So hats off to you.
Good job.
All right, let's get started with our viewing of Invicta FC 28, Mizuki and Janjarova. Our host, TJ DeSantis, looking like Dana White dressed by Drew Carey, is on the mic.
Yeah, it's like alternate universe Dana White if he never taught boxer size or something. Don't let me hang. Okay. We got a little fake JoJo over here, a little pint-sized JoJo.
This looks like she's been put in the squish machine.
Yeah, the shrinker. Taken
down to a 105 size.
Yeah, the only way she'd ever be a 105er. Jillian DeCourcy versus Rebecca Levine. It's looking pretty solid. Looks like a solid Atomweight matchup. Absolutely. I mean, queen of Atomweights, Jessica Penne should know.
I'm definitely excited to see the Atomweight division grow. Again, I'm always petitioning for it to come to the UFC so I can go back to my true home. However,
that ass too fat. Show them. No, y'all seen it.
Follow me on Instagram.
5,000 likes and counting. Oh, but Rebecca Levine is actually French.
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Her last name is actually French for vine. All right, so we have Carrie. We have Carrie Kinnison versus Chelsea Chandler. Not to be confused with Chelsea Handler. Oh, check her out.
Oh, this is an angry face-off.
Ooh, a little 209 in there. Girl's like, you're not a Diaz brother.
Channeling Diaz.
Wow. Now look,
it even has the elevated flex pose.
Yeah. She looks real angry.
I don't know why she's angry, because she's already eaten.
I know, right?
And she's already properly hydrated. Yeah, I don't know why any of these girls are upset.
Swole.
I love early weigh-ins.
Yeah, right? Like,
there's nothing better.
You come in looking healthy for the fancy one that everyone tunes in live for. It's great. You can show up whenever you want in early weigh-ins. But, did you see that side eye she gave her? She gave her a mad side eye. Like, she wanted to, see if the girl was still flexing, but, not turn her head. So she kind of tried to do it on the side.
If she could rest, because she's still not properly hydrated, so her muscles were probably cramping.
Oh, man.
So next up on stage is walking in Kay Hansen, who is fighting our new teammate, Miss Cal Schwartz.
Yeah, 50 Cal Holiday in the house. Holiday Airlines gonna suplex a bitch. We need to talk about Kay Hansen's shirt. What? Okay. How do you feel about... Everyone sit down. Okay. How do you feel about a girl wearing a pro-gun, pro-life, pro-God shirt to Wayne's?
Listen, me personally, I don't know that it was in great taste. I don't know that, you know what, to each their own, but I don't know if I would use Invicta weigh-ins to talk about my political views.
Yeah, and I mean, just you're pro-gun, correct? You have them. At least.
I do.
Legally. You have licenses for them. You know how to use them.
Yes.
You're American. It's cool to, have certain tastes and be about certain things. But, I mean, you're on a female fight card. And personally, I feel like it's a female's choice to do what they want with their body. You're on an all-female card. You're automatically polarizing yourself on this card. So it's just a weird thing to do. And, the good thing is she's not going to have a choice when Cal spikes her on the head tomorrow.
Nope. Moving on.
A strawweight fight not to miss. One more time for Kaylin Schwartz and Kay Hansen.
Hey, so yeah, that's our girl. Our girl, Cal, 50 Cal Holiday Airlines. And, I'm really excited for this fight. She's strong, she's aggressive, and that girl can wrestle. She can wrestle her ass off.
Yeah, she can. So this is a really exciting strawweight matchup for Angela and I personally, because we have our teammate, Cal Schwartz, 50 Cal, fighting Kay Hansen. And 50 Cal is 1-1. She's more notably known for giving Tiffany Van Zost her second defeat as an MMA fighter.
Second defeat, you say?
Yes, second defeat. And she is squaring up against someone who is 1-0 with a very impressive submission win. So both of these women have pretty similar styles.
Yeah.
When we say that we are going to see them probably go for the ground, unless one of them has a surprise in their pocket and one of them's going to try and stand and keep the other person out of their comfort zone, which is not necessarily a bad game plan.
Cal's last fight, she lost via armbar. She hit a really nice throw, but then got caught up in the grappling game. And, notably, the girl missed weight that she was fighting, but it is a weakness that she's been working on. So it'll be nice to see her fighting an opponent who has similar experience and is a grappler, because that's going to show how much she's improved if she has. So I'm looking forward to this. I think Cal's going to get that win. I also think this little girl is going to get some learning done. They're both representing America. It's going to be America versus America kind of fight. Two jarheads going into the trenches. Brother versus brother. Sisters versus... I don't know.
So on
anyway,
the subject of missing
facts.
weight, as Cal's last opponent missed weight, let's talk about this. This is kind of an ongoing problem with Invicta. We have one person so far on the card that has missed weight. These both ladies weighed in at the appropriate weight.
Mm-hmm.
And
congrats.
And let's talk about this. Sometimes, it's kind of crazy to me that we have repeat offenders. Like, they didn't go back to the drawing board and they didn't change up their strategy and make the weight, or they didn't realize that probably they don't belong in that weight class and you should probably move up.
Yeah, it's one thing to miss weight once and realize, okay, I either did this thing wrong, I wasn't as in shape as I needed to be, or as small as I needed to be on fight week, or, there's a difference between that and actually just showing up and kind of being blasé about it and saying, hey, well, it's just going to be a slap on the wrist anyway, 20% of my purse, which is probably like a few $1,000.
That's
in Invicta.
Huge, though.
Huge. Some people would rather not suffer and pay the fine in order to weigh in bigger. So it's definitely an issue. I think if the penalty was greater, maybe the financial penalty was greater, or if they didn't award these girls with, or any fighter in any promotion, if they didn't award them with being able to rebook a fight immediately, perhaps that would teach them to, okay, instead of showing up off weight, I'm going to fight in my weight class that I should be fighting in, or I'm going to be disciplined and show up on weight for the next fight instead of showing up big and coming in with a huge size advantage against my opponent. I mean, it's really unfair because you put the opponent in an awkward situation where they've already went through a fight camp. They're most likely 90% not going to say no to this fight because they've invested so much time and energy into making weight and getting there and being in shape and ready to fight this person. And they want that exposure. So most people, especially at this level, aren't going to say no to a fight if the fighter misses weight, even if it's by like 5 pounds. And even though 5 pounds doesn't seem that much to a normal person like you guys, 5 pounds on weigh-in day is about 30 pounds the next day. So
it really makes a huge difference.
It makes a big difference.
And it's also, not to mention, it's unhealthy for your body.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, a lot of promotions have adapted this early weigh-ins thing. So you're getting over 24 hours to weigh in, which is huge with your recovery. So it's a lot easier to kind of cut a little bit more weight and then recover properly. So it is a health issue. It is a professionalism issue. And I'm really hoping that people kind of step up and find their proper regimen for losing weight, or find the proper weight class.
Yeah. I'm really excited that UFC's finally let in the 25ers, the 125ers, because now you're not going to see these people dying to make 115. Like, you're seeing a lot of girls moving up to a weight class they're more comfortable with, and it's going to be better for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's where the opportunity is, and so everybody wants the opportunity to fight in the UFC. 135, it's a huge weight class. Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily the most natural weight classes for women. 115, 125 is a little bit more of an average weight class for women. And it's a lot easier to cut more weight than it is to kind of bulk and build up. I'm coming from 105 pounds, and I'd love to see that weight class in the UFC one day. I don't know if it'll happen. However, thank you, Miss Negative Nancy. But I think the more weight classes, the better. And I think the better it will be for everybody involved. We'll see less people making, mistakes and missing weight. We'll see more people fighting in proper weight classes and more competitive fights for that matter. You won't see these lopsided matchups where people are overpowering other people. And it'll be great for the audience.
Exactly. Free fat straw weights.
All right, up next for another featured bout, we have Cal Pop-Tart Robbins against Pearl Gonzalez.
Cali. Like California knows how to party.
That's not at all how we would do it if you...
Is it? Like, that's it. Wait, West Side?
Yeah, you missed up like a surfing culture with gangsters.
Knows how to party.
Stop. You're going to be cut off in like a minute. Oh, talking about Pearl Gonzalez, we have an ex-UFC fighter working her way back up the ranks, probably trying to get back into the UFC.
Sounds familiar.
Dreams do come true, ladies and gentlemen.
It could happen to you.
From the Ultimate Fighter house to the Invicta Championship.
Get off of me. You're weird.
And back in the UFC.
Yeah.
Tearing up that cage.
I'm excited for Pearl. I think it's going to be a good move for her. She can really figure out her style. I think she was kind of thrown to a lot of tough competition. She's been doing it for a while, huh?
She has, but lacks like the big stage experience.
Yeah.
And I mean, unless you've been underneath those big UFC lights, like really nothing compares to it. There's nothing like that. Those first fight nerves. Mm-hmm. And it's really difficult to kind of get your bearings while you're facing really stiff competition. So I believe Invicta is a great place for her to get experience. I'm really excited to see what she can do. And she's facing somebody with a very similar style in Pop-Tart. So
that's what definitely going to be. Yeah, two girls coming forward, hitting each other, and pushing each other against the cage, and wrestling for that clinch, wrestling for that superior position. Anyway, let's talk about what Pearl's wearing. Look at that pearl necklace. Why would she wear a pearl necklace? Like, that's so fucking dated. Pearl. Oh.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. All right, I guess it makes sense. But, I mean, isn't that kind of like you wearing, like, a string of pasta, like, fucking preschoolers make?
No.
Like a pasta necklace?
Do you know how much a pearl necklace costs?
Or, like, me, like...
That's, like, expensive old lady shit.
Or, like, me, like...
Versus kindergarten...
Running up a hill.
Versus kindergarten arts and crafts for shit.
Yeah.
It's not even the same thing.
Well, who knows if it's real pearls.
Well, she's a real pearl.
Hey, I mean, she does look like every rapper's baby mama, so she could have gotten them pearls from anybody.
I wonder how many times Manolo made a pearl necklace joke on the way.
Oh, fucking millions. You know. If anybody doesn't know who Manolo is, the guy going like this in the background.
The photo bomber. Infamous UFC and Invicta photo bomber.
Yeah, he's always showing his tits. He's great. He's an awesome guy.
He is.
Yeah.
Comedy. Pure comedy.
And Callie Robbins, she had the fight with Sharon Jacobson. It was like an insane, 30 seconds of a fight. Somebody got thrown, someone got hit, and then Callie Robbins ended with the armbar finish. So this girl is tough, and she doesn't give up. I think it's gonna be a tough fight for Pearl.
And then talking about people who cut a lot of weight and probably could go up to flyweight, honestly. I'm always interested to see these bigger straw weights who could kind of bridge that gap and go to flyweight. Mm-hmm. I'm always interested in their gas tank. So if this fight goes a distance, I'm really interested to see how their bodies hold up over time. With cutting so much weight, it tends to wear on your body, and your body actually doesn't perform as well as it used to in your early times going for that weight.
Interesting. We shall see. Moving on. Next up, we have
Milana Dudaeva, and we have Christina Marks. Both women have been either in or close to the UFC. Christina Marks was a cast in the Ultimate Fighter, the 125.
26.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And Dudaeva had a short stint in the UFC. So we have Christina Marks, who is primarily a striker.
Yeah, Muay Thai.
It'll be interesting to see how her ground game has progressed, because I feel like that's been kind of her Achilles heel. She really doesn't have the best ground awareness, though she's very strong, very agile, and a pressure fighter. I'd really like to see a little bit more well-roundedness from her.
Yeah, it definitely seems like, you look at her record, she's kind of like half and half, so you can tell that she definitely has strengths, but the weaknesses, she's not really showing up. So it'd be nice to see some type of progression with this fight, and
it's really important in between fights to really do your homework, to study each competition you make, whether you win or lose, it's really important to go back to the drawing board and just kind of look at things that you did well, could have done better, and want to improve on. So each fight is an opportunity to learn something, and then each time in between your fight camps is the time to learn and grow. And I'd really love to see that from her. I'd really love to see it from every fighter, because that's what we're all here for. Mixed martial artists always need to learn and grow and progress.
I think Dudieva's got this one. I don't know. She's the stockier fighter. She just seems more well-rounded, and I don't know. From my experience, I feel like the person with the stronger grappling, or at least the stronger wrestling, is usually able to get that win.
It really has been true in most cases. If you have good grappling awareness and you have the ability to take somebody out of their comfort zone, take them to the ground, and that's exactly the game plan that I would have against Christina Marks.
Yeah.
She's notoriously lacks ground awareness, so I would definitely take her to where she's not comfortable. I don't want to fight somebody where they're extremely comfortable and strong and confident. I'm going to take them out of that.
If you were an alligator and you saw a gazelle lapping up water, would you go onto the land to eat them, or would you drag them into the pond and eat them there?
It's a great analogy. You are a scholar and a poet.
So long.
Hey, you got there in the end. You got there in the end.
That was like the longest road to the analogy I was trying to say, but I didn't want to stutter.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful and inspirational. I love it.
Cheers.
In the flyweight division, we have Deanna Vitamin D Bennett, who is our second person that just missed weight, but we'll get back to that. And she is versus Lobo Gym, Karina Rodriguez.
Karina Rodriguez, man, she's a legit striker. She's come to train with us a couple times, and the girl has hands. She's definitely a boxer. She has that Mexican boxing style, and she's at Lobo Gym, so
she has great training partners.
Yeah,
I mean, she's surrounded by a really strong female team, and you can only improve from there.
Yeah,
you're surrounded by other strong female fighters.
Also, uncommon fact. Wait, what do you say?
Little known fact.
Little known fact. Also, little known fact. All the girls at Lobo don't have any teeth.
What?
Look at her. If you go through the photos, you'll never see any of the girls at Lobo smile with teeth. Look at Rodriguez, Grasso, Big Grasso. What's her name?
Aldana?
Yeah, Aldana. No teeth smiles ever. They always smile like this.
That's their game face. That's their game face. It's coy. It's a coy game face.
It's a coy smile.
It's like, I'm smirking, I'm gonna punch you.
Think about it. If I were a crocodile attacking a gazelle,
You're the crocodile.
would I show my teeth before I attack? Or would I first approach him like this?
That's what I mean. It's their game face. It's their game face. It is
where I was
going. Signature game face. Leave those girls alone. So we have... May I continue?
Yes.
We have Karina Rodriguez, very strong striking. Again, I'd like to see a little bit more well-roundedness. She trains with a great team of females, and she's actually training with somebody who has a win over her.
Oh, Grasso,
yeah.
Yeah, I watched that fight.
Did you?
I did. I was creeping. I was creeping hard. It was, I think I thought I might have had a fight against Grasso, and so I was creeping on them. It was a tough fight. I think it was Grasso's first tough fight in her career, and that's probably what made her go to train with them. Just a mutual respect for each other.
I absolutely love seeing that. Me being a person that grew up in a predominantly male gym, it is
Same here.
So amazing to be able to train with females. I have you. I have other great females.
Who else?
It's only you. It's only you. So it really helps your game progress when you're training against people that you're actually like similar.
They give
to.
you work. Yeah,
exactly.
It's always surprising when you come from an all-male gym to see how competitive it is when you spar with a woman.
Yes,
like you forget that there's other girls like you, other girls out there that are just like you, who are, you know, the best female in the gym, and so they never have anyone that can really give them work. And so that's what happened with Karina and Grasso, and it's awesome. It's awesome to see all the little girl cliques forming, and you're just gonna see more and more competitiveness the longer the sport goes on for women.
I think about when I first started and wanting to compete, trying to find Muay Thai fights, trying to find MMA fights, trying to find, you know, grappling opponents in tournaments. It was near impossible. And me being on the smaller spectrum, or smaller side of the spectrum, it seemed impossible. And I never got the kind of competition nor the kind of training that I really needed until like only a few years ago, really.
Yeah, imagine if a crocodile... Actually, I was going to say, imagine if a flyweight, let's say a male flyweight, like, you know, Dodson or Demetrius Johnson. Yeah. Okay. Imagine if one of those guys could only train with a heavyweight, like Cain Velasquez or something like that. Neither of them would ever get the training that they needed. Absolutely. You know, like it just wouldn't work. You know, it was like the pieces don't fit. So it's good to see girl groups forming, and, you know, it's just going to make the sport better.
I absolutely agree. And so, opposite of Karina Rodriguez, we have Deanna Vitamin D Bennett. And I'm not sorry to say, we have two people that missed weight, which means I'm right. That's the only plus side to this.
Vitamin Doritos.
Stop. So... I'm going to cut you off on your cocktails pretty soon. Moving.
What else starts with D? I can't think of anything else.
Oh.
I know you got one.
No. I'm really uncomfortable right now. So we have Deanna Bennett, who was a member of the last flyweight Ultimate Fighter for all women.
Yeah.
She did fairly well. She's actually had some really impressive wins.
She beat Penne.
She's beat Penne.
Juliana Pena. Who else?
She has beat, oh my goodness, Jennifer Maya, Colleen Schneider.
Oh, wow.
She has a really impressive...
That's a who's who, you know, like for
really
flyweights.
The flyweight division.
You know, guys, the flyweight division isn't that familiar to most people just because they just got introduced to the UFC, but like Juliana Pena, Colleen Schneider, Maya, they're all like really, really good fighters.
They're all staples in the division.
Yeah, so it's really impressive that she was able to beat these people, but I don't know. I feel like there's always some extra thing that we don't know about with Bennett when she shows up. Like, I feel like there's always a little bit of drama or like some kind of outside forces. I know when she was on the show, her father died, her father just died, and you know, I feel like it's just like one of these invisible things that we never really know about a fighter, and it affects their performance. When you see that they're hot or cold, there's something going on there, and a lot of times it's mental.
Absolutely. Inconsistency really does stem from your personal life. There is just there's always something that can hold a fighter back, and that can sometimes be your personal life. You're constantly in the gym dealing with all of this adversity, and then to have it in your private and personal life just adds to it, and that can really deeply affect your performance.
Yeah. On another note, she missed weight. She's also a repeat offender, and I don't know, I feel like that has something to do with some outside forces with her too.
Well, what's crazy
obviously
is
she takes it seriously. She wants to be a competitor,
absolutely.
She's been doing it for a long time. So there has to be something else that's stopping her from showing up and making a weight like a professional.
And there is also the fact that she has missed weight at 115. 115, and this is 125, and she's missed weight. This girl jumps up and down. I mean, she's fought the former Invicta FC champion in Souza, and she was dropped by a liver shot. And I really do attribute that to
cutting
the
weight.
huge weight cut. That severely
her liver
depletes
was like
your system.
right here, like right outside of her ribs.
It really
was
depletes
hanging
your
out
system.
on her skin.
There's just no way you can recover from that dramatic of a weight cut and still expect to perform at your best. And so it's wild to me that we see somebody who has made, you know, that 115-pound area, and then she misses weight at 125. Yeah, it's just wild to me.
Yeah, it's wild. There's definitely something going on. But, you know, Bennett, like, to her credit, she always brings it. It's always an exciting fight, and she's in her hometown. So, so I'm expecting to see, like, a really nuts fight. Like, I'm expecting them to both come to the center. I think Karina's going to have the sharper striking. I think she's going to land some bombs. And, you know, I don't know. I think she could possibly knock Bennett out just because her chin's been tested. Her chin's been, like, she's been TKO'd a few times. Maybe just twice, right?
I think jumped with a body shot.
Body shot, but on the show she got hit with a head kick. So, yeah, she's been TKO'd a few times. So, you know, Karina's going to put her boxing to the test. I think she might get that win.
Despite the missed weight, which is kind of taking the attention off of the fight, this is going to be a really exciting matchup. We do have a really great striker, and we do have a very well-rounded fighter in Deanna Bennett, and I definitely think this is going to be one to watch. I mean, it is the co-main event. It's the co-main event, and if Bennett gets it to the ground, she definitely has a chance of finishing it. Looks like we got a little cosplay today with the Genderova. You recognize that character? I don't. It's One Piece. You don't know what I'm talking about. No, it's One Piece. It's the dude with the punch. Like, he has like the really strong punch, and he wears a straw hat and the board shorts, and we need side by side. But yeah, that's One Piece. That's one. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe she just likes the hat. But yeah, it kind of looks like cosplay, so I'm gonna jump on that. And for our main event, we have Jandiroba and Mizuki. We have an undefeated Brazilian fighter who is bringing a bit of mystique to this matchup, and we have Mizuki, who's kind of a staple with Invicta FC. Been there since she was 17 years old. Yeah, that's crazy. I think maybe even 16. Like I think she was fighting in Japan when she was 16. Yeah, so super young. Like, I was watching her before I started MMA. And she's younger than me, so I feel pretty old. Fuck you, Mizuki! No, just kidding. This is the strawweight Invicta FC title, who my friend Angela. I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get to officially hand the belt over, but what's this? What are you doing? Do you have, like, is this your phone? Are you serious? What's this doing? Are you serious? What's this whole thing doing here? You're getting into my wire. Yeah, so they're gonna be fighting for this bad boy. You know, it's great to see Invicta finally. Should I put it on? Did you really just? I didn't plan that. It was just there. But since I'm here, I guess I'll just put it on. You know, it's like. Might as well, right? Yeah, totally. I shouldn't just put it on the floor. Do you wear that to the grocery store? Every now and then I wear it during sex. It's like really, really good turn on. So yeah, we have the strawweight championship bout coming up for the main event. I'm happy that they're finally getting a title fight going, because it really puts importance back into the strawweight division. When you don't have a champion, because they got pulled away to fight one of the top contenders when they had no one else to fight them. When you don't have a champion for a division, it's really hard to have the girls work towards something. So I feel like now that they finally have these two up there, and Mizuki definitely deserves the shot, even though she came in last minute.
And then you have this undefeated Brazilian girl who's actually like beat some legit competition. It's gonna put importance back into the strawweight division. You're gonna have people like calling them out. It puts a target on a certain fighter's back, and then you're able to see who's gonna be the next prospect.
So that being said, you being the former queen of the strawweight division in Invicta FC, who do you see winning this matchup?
I think Mizuki has been tested more. Whenever I see an undefeated fighter, I don't know, something in me feels like they have the potential to break. As opposed to a fighter who's felt that loss, they've gone back, they've reevaluated why they lost, and they're able to fix those mistakes and come back a stronger fighter. Despite Jandiroba fighting some legit competition, she still has a lot of padded. She's still fought a lot of cans. People of losing records, 0-2 records. I think 3 fights ago she fought someone who was 2-2. So her record doesn't really represent how many times she's been tested in the ring. And I think with Mizuki, it's more you see what you get. She's fought people in the UFC. She's beat people in the UFC. She's always been improving and getting better. And her entire life is dedicated to MMA. She can't come home without getting a win, without getting reprimanded. You've seen her coach. He's got his eye on her. So she's definitely in it to win it.
Well, I am definitely looking forward to all of these matchups.
Yeah,
especially excited to see who's going to get the strawweight strap. This is Angela Hill. I am Jessica Penne, and thank you so much for joining us on our first show. This was Two Straws, and we really appreciate
Two Straws. Tune in next time, guys. Cheers.